Hi, my name is Chelsa Wagner. I'm the legislator for the 22nd Legislative District here in Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh more specifically. When I look at the redistricting process, I think it's important to be candid about what really goes on. And not only in Pennsylvania, but throughout the country, we know that first and foremost, this tends to be an incumbent protection process. That said, I believe that we have to find ways to make the outcomes of the process better for the people that this is really all about, namely the constituents, the residents of the districts, those who vote and those who don't vote. And so I believe 2 points that are very, very important for this reapportionment commission to address are: one, the inclusion of women in politics, and two, the maintenance of urban districts within the legislative redistricting process. Speaking of women in government, we know that Pennsylvania ranks very, very poorly when you compare us to other states. And in an even larger sense, when you compare the United States against other countries, we are equally poor in measures of women in government. So this is one of those measures that I believe the Reapportionment Commission, which will have impacts reaching not only over the next 10 years but beyond, really needs to address. For my own purposes, as the only female out of 23 members representing Allegheny County, this is very, very important. Also because it is quite possible that I will be moving on to a position of countywide office in Allegheny County, vacating my current legislative seat if I am successful in November. It's very, very important to me that we don't go down to not, again, having one single female from Allegheny County. So I want to see what we can do to encourage legislative districts that are friendly to females. I happen to be from the South Hills, and as other speakers today have mentioned, this is an area where many women, myself included, have been able to be elected, have been able to really showcase what females in office can do. And that's of no disrespect to our male counterparts, but we all have unique attributes that we can offer. Statistics do show that women in public office, much like women in corporate governance, contribute in ways beyond some of just the subject matter areas that many people think are the women areas, such as education or health and human services. But women tend to make consensus building easier. We tend to allow governments and different people come to agreements more easily, and we also tend to incorporate more people into the decision-making process, which I believe is particularly important as we sit here and think about how we approach our representative democracy. Secondly, on the point I was addressing regarding maintaining our urban core, I think that's very important here in Pennsylvania. Studies recently have shown that when you look at all of the urban districts throughout the United States, Pennsylvania has many of them. Throughout Pennsylvania, we have very, very large metropolitan statistical areas. And so when you look at the challenges facing myself as a legislator and my colleagues, we're looking at how we're dealing with a more challenging economy and different population trends, but we have to recognize where many of our resources are and have been for years and years. And I believe that there is a very important role that this redistricting process plays in how we see those population trends in the future. So I want to make sure from a resource perspective, but also from a historical perspective, and making sure that people in all communities, including minority communities, are well represented, and that our urban cores of our Commonwealth are given due process and really respected for their importance in this reapportionment process. Thank you.